Go ahead.
Go ahead. The meeting of the West Warwick Board of Canvassers for, February 18th, 2020 at 3:30 PM is hereby convened and called to order. Members present, Chairperson Ray Lambert, Vice Chairperson Nancy LeBlanc, Member Bert Mollahan, alternate member Nancy Parenti, and J.P. Millette. All are present. We have a quorum, so we can conduct our business. The first order of business is the minutes of the previous meeting. Everybody got a copy? Read them? Everybody read them? All set? Any corrections? I made one correction over the phone last week. We put in Colleen Kelly. She just had Colleen.
Colleen
Flynn, not Kelly. Colleen Flynn. And she just had, Kerry had just Colleen. And obviously other people read these, right,
Yeah.
Madam Clerk?
Yes.
And they would know, you know, they said, we know who it is, but they would. So she put in Flynn, as I see. Other than that, anybody else have any additions, corrections, modifications, whatever? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion that the minutes of the January 21, 2020 meeting be accepted.
I so move.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so voted unanimously. Let's see. There you are. Okay. The next order of business is Brett.
Yep.
Number 4 is verification of signatures for candidates running in the PPP presidential preference primary.
That's what you have. I did a breakdown. I did an Excel spreadsheet so you can see
Yep,
all the ones that we accepted, rejected, and the statewide, how many each person got.
all right, the columns are not, so in other words, this is,
Valid is the first,
rejected is way over here, right?
yep, rejected is the smaller amount.
Now, what, I have a question. Some
Yeah.
of these people, Deval Patrick,
Mm-hmm.
Michael Bennett, and who's the other one?
Ian.
Yang, they're all out.
Steyer.
Well, when I
Steyer-
had
No,
to,
Steyer's not out.
when I did this,
Yeah.
everybody was still in. So this is
So-
by what we did here. It
So they're gonna be
wasn't
on the
filled in.
ballot even though they're out in a way.
No, I don't think so. I think once this goes through, they shouldn't be if they've already taken themselves off.
Well, they suspended their
Campaigns.
campaigns, and there'll be
Yep.
more, I think, coming.
Oh, I'm sure.
But anyway, all right, so this is just for our,
Yep, that's
Perusal.
just something I did so you could see what you
Okay.
guys all signed.
very good.
So then I did a resolution for each Democratic and Republican. I gave you a lot to sign today, because I know you like doing that.
Yes. I'm sure, Miss Nardella. Do you work over there? Do you work over there?
No, no,
I thought maybe you'd be the greeter.
no, I could though.
All right, so we have 2 resolutions here then, that goes along with number 4. Town of West Warwick Board of Canvassers and Registration, subject, Democratic primary nomination papers for President of the United States. Resolved, that the attached is certified as the Democratic Party primary nomination papers for the President of the United States, and that said nomination papers and certification be filed with the Secretary of State. And we have their names along with the number of signatures. So, do we each have one?
Nope, that's just for you to sign.
Okay.
You guys both sign
All
them
right, so-
automatically. Put them in the book.
So you understand?
Yeah, you guys have the paper that said how
Right,
many.
so you understand? Everybody understand? Any problems? Okay. I'll entertain a motion that we certify the Democratic Party primary nomination papers for the President of the United States,
I so move.
and that they be certified to the Secretary of State.
I'll second
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So voted unanimously. What's this Board of Canvassers and Registration Chairperson alternate?
That's just, it was on the
Right.
2012 and I
You
just
s-
copied
You
it.
said Democratic, there's 2 Republicans on there.
No,
No.
that's the paper he's signing.
We're
You're
doing,
gonna sign your Republican paper after.
That was my question.
all right. Did you sign, did we give Kerry the,
Terry, he gives it to me to proof.
Yeah, he's the chaplain,
Proof the signatures.
he's gotta put the papal blessing on it.
He looks at them, make sure they're right.
What's that?
Yep.
The next one is the Town of West Warwick Board of Canvassers and Registration, subject Republican primary nomination papers for President of the United States. Resolved that the attached is certified as the Republican Party primary nomination papers for the President of the United States, and that said nomination papers and certification be filed with the Secretary of State. Who is Rocky De La Fuente?
He's a Republican.
Well,
He runs
I've
every
seen the
year.
name before, yeah.
He runs
yeah.
every
He
year.
runs every year.
he's got his
wants to see
12
his name out
signatures.
there.
And
What
Donald Trump.
candidate is he running for?
President.
President,
Oh, I got
yeah,
it.
Republican. What's his name? Didn't
He always
submit any
does.
papers? Not Deval Patrick, who was,
Bill Weld.
Weld.
Who?
Did he get out? I didn't hear where he got out. All right. So I'll entertain a motion that this the list be certified as the Republican Party primary nomination papers for the President of the United States, and that they be certified to be filed with the Secretary of State.
I so move.
I'll second
All
that.
those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, so voted unanimously. You want my dear? Number 5 is that little dot breakdown of the candidates goes with the verification of
Yeah.
signature, right? Okay. Number 5, Vice Chair Nancy LeBlanc would like an update on the election back room. Madam Vice Chair, please.
Yeah, I was just wondering how that's going and, when it would be ready to be fully functional for the clerk.
Well, probably not for the presidential preference primary, but that's not our biggest worry. That's not a huge undertaking. But we're anticipating, soon. I mean, we're working on it. Everything takes a while. But
Yeah, was it, did you have to wait for the grant money or?
No, we got the grant money. No, it just the logistics of how they have to set it up in the back. And for a while we couldn't because they had the new system and all, so we couldn't do anything with it. Now that everything's up and running, they can sort of more focus on this kind of stuff.
Where's it gonna be? Back there?
No,
Oh, here?
Yeah, back here, they're gonna share it with the council, I guess.
Well-
She'll only be using it in certain times.
the
of
council
year,
really
right?
doesn't use
Yeah, but
it.
David Goslin was here the day we were signing, and he said that it's approved.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know
yeah.
what they're waiting for.
We don't want to take over the whole thing. We just
Yeah, he
want to
said it
have a
was approved,
space.
though.
Yeah, I know.
We talked to
We're
him,
working
right?
on it, but everything takes forever. So we're working on it.
Well,
Greg and
This-
RCC, Greg from Secretary of State's office and RCC, our IT people are talking as far as bringing that wiring in and stuff like that. But if it's at an expense, but there will be no way we'll be able to do it, because, I mean, I'd have to justify it in my budget, let's put it that way. At this point, I have sent my budget in and wouldn't have justified, I don't know if there's been an expense involved, because we're already all set
Is
up.
that one of the holdups, is the expense?
No,
No.
we haven't even gotten that far. We're still trying to see if we can do it.
now you got the authority from the council, right? They said, go ahead. Who are we
Yeah.
waiting for?
Well, the state system only allows so many licenses for these centralized voter registration systems. We're asking for another one that is not within our office. So it just requires a little more technical work, and that's what's going on. And some court or something that takes 30 days to even get. I don't mind a one-time expenses. I'll take that out of my supplies budget, but we just have to see what's going on. So it just takes forever. Everything's
So
taking.
they're
Have a
calling-
terminal in there?
Hmm?
That's because they're gonna have a supposedly secure terminal in that room?
Well, we do have a secure terminal. This
No,
is
I know, I mean-
this is a website we go to. We don't even have it like it's not like if they got infiltrated, they'd infiltrate the Secretary of the State, not necessarily or to get to them. You know what I'm saying? The security is all the systems on this computer. This is just the vehicle for getting us onto these sites so we can do our work with these high security systems. Like the land evidence is secure too. You want these to be, the municipal court has to be secure. So they're on there, but I go into their sites, they're not, I work out of their sites. So that computer can break tomorrow and I still can get into all the sites I need to get into.
Could you log into the Secretary of State's office from your house with a password?
From my house?
Yeah. Say you wanted to work at home.
No. Oh, it could, no, you need, I'd have to get into my system here. Well, I guess with the passwords and all, my admin passwords I could. I guess so. I mean, I usually went through doing log me in when I work from home, and then, I can get my entire system and my whole office computer. But then they cut the funding for that, so I don't, but that's sort of a good thing, cause I work from home all the time.
So the holdup is waiting for that cable, that special,
I don't know what the holdup is. I mean, we talk to them on a regular basis, and I think we're going in the right direction. It's taken a long time, but, yeah.
yeah,
I mean, we have a whole room we have to clear, but I'm not doing a lot of anything till I get that we're absolutely doing it, because we're too busy as it is. But we'll take the time to get in here and clear that room and store some stuff. You know, a lot of it's lawsuits and things like that, and so we have to put those in, locked places.
and typically how many weeks before the election and after the election would Perry be in that room?
That would be very dependent on what needed to be done.
Okay.
I think we'll get a better picture of that when we have the room and we see how long it takes her in that room to do what she needs to do, as opposed to how long it took in the past to do the same jobs, working out front and having to work the counter as well.
And would anybody else have access into that room while she's there working?
Yeah, not into the system. Well, no, I mean, my office, nobody has a key. We have the key.
Yeah, but I mean, if she's working in there, it'll be like semi-quiet, maybe somebody will come in, make a coffee or something, or?
You don't make nobody goes in that room. You don't
Oh,
make coffee in
coffee's
that
over there
room.
now? Oh, okay, so actually, nobody has any
Nobody
reason
goes-
to go in that room?
Nobody ever goes in that room.
All right, I'm still confused. Why can the state, I mean, this whole town hall in a sense is your office. When they say, well, because you're moving it from there to across the hall, they're saying, oh, wait a minute, you need our approval?
No, the centralized voter registration system
Yep.
is what the national voter reg system is based on,
I
and the
understand.
security is high. So it's just more time consuming to make sure everything that's needed gets done. I mean, I keep saying, well, this seems simple. We have the laptop, we have, we're on the internet, we have a security key, which we must externally enter.
Right, yeah.
In order to get onto the site, which we take out, it never is in that room with the computer. But I'm not, it hasn't gotten done yet, that's all.
Oh, is there a possibility that it won't be done?
I guess remote possibility, but my goal is to have it done. So I really am not thinking like that. No, I mean, I think that there's definitely a possibility to do it. But we're sort of victims of their schedules, that's all.
Of the state schedule?
No, of our own IT and stuff.
Oh, our own IT?
Well, you gotta remember, they just had to go through changing all the computers to Windows 10 by January 14th, and they're still doing that. I mean, it's a huge project, plus with all the security in the police department and fire department, especially the police department, it was just ensuring, so they were like, we were not a priority in the least.
I understand that.
So I think now they're back to working on what they get called in to work on, not that huge project, so they're around more. So I talked to them a few times in the last week.
Yeah, well, I
About
agree with you, the presidential primary, even the referendum is not gonna,
No,
that's
the
not
referendum's
necessary,
not
but the
anything you need
floor will
extra.
be.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. I don't see it not happening.
Okay. Can we have like an update every couple of months or every month or something on
No, I'll
that?
put it on every month. Sure, sure. Maybe we'll just have it done by the next meeting and I don't need any more updates.
Was that?
Yes.
Okay, Before we get to general discussion, Kerry, we have a
Yes.
resolution here on the certification of polling places, and it's not on the agenda.
I think
see
we
this
did it
resolution.
Because we
before.
did it before. We
Oh,
did
and
that
we did
last
it.
meeting.
So we voted
So I
on-
just figured, I
Yeah,
saw
we
one
had a
in.
list
Yeah,
last meeting.
I saw it in the, 2012 file when I was going through them, so I
Yep.
just printed it out and figured you guys, just so I could
General,
have it
here's the
signed. and-
meeting agenda for 121, and they're on there.
Yeah, so it was just that, we had it, and I was like, oh, I'll just make the resolution so that can go in the binder too.
All right, so it was under general discussion, we don't have a problem, you know, certifying that now, that it's not on there, that on the agenda that says certification of polling places? You sure?
No, because it was on the last one that we already talked about. You just
Okay.
kind of sign in from the last.
Okay, when that happens again, put it on again.
Wait,
Yep.
hold on. What meeting was this at, 121?
121.
Well, on the agenda, number 5.
I've got the agenda.
We didn't take a vote on it.
Huh?
We did not take a vote on it.
Right,
I think you need to put it on the next agenda.
All right.
yep,
It's
I
fine.
thought so, I said, you know, you're the one who brought up about nowadays, Mary Ann, about you gotta watch what you do.
Well, I also think any attachments, we gotta make sure we put the attachments, with what we post on the website.
Okay, so we have a certification of polling places here, which we are going to table. Bert,
Okay.
I'll entertain a motion, we table this to the next meeting.
I'll,
So moved.
so move.
No, it's not on this agenda
Yeah, but it's not on
either.
this agenda, so do we have to table
We just
it?
have a
Well,
resolution.
then, I'm just saying, it's here.
No, let us have that resolution back.
Okay, so it's not here, all right, then we don't need a motion.
That's gonna be posted
Change the
40
date,
hours.
we're gonna put it on the next one. Okay,
Okay.
All right,
very good.
that's mine. What happened to my meeting agenda? Oh, here it is, I got it.
Okay.
All right, general discussion. Madam Vice Chair?
I'm really gonna be an itchy this time.
Go ahead.
But, no, I just have a question. When we had, when we came for the signing, they had municipal court that night, and Kerry was working that. Is that, like, is it rotating around the office? Is that how it is?
What,
She
municipal?
was the clerk for the municipal court?
Right, it rotates.
Right, that's like, she won't be doing that, like, right before election time or like the week after.
Yeah, if I had been aware of it, probably I would have had to do
Yeah,
the
it's
signing on a
possible.
different day. I just wasn't,
Well, I don't
It
think
was
this
just an
last one was a
oversight.
problem.
No, oh, no, that wasn't a problem
But if
at
they
all.
have municipal
No,
court the day before an
no, I
election,
just-
then I don't know, you know.
I just, well, my goal is to make it easier for the clerk, for the Board of Canvassers, so that she will stay. I mean,
See you, Kerry.
No, I know
I
what
don't
you're
think we're gonna
talking
lose her
about.
about time of signing, Nancy. You know?
well, no, I mean, and I would like to see someone stay for like 5 or 6 years.
It
because
doesn't work that way.
You, not in West Warwick, but in
No,
other
not-
communities
not
it
with
does.
Canvas Board.
You know it gets hectic,
Not
Kerry,
with
when
Canvas
it
Board.
gets really hectic.
Because
Don't
other,
say
I don't know what you
scaring
did
her
at the Board of
now.
Elections, but this is,
yeah, but
I worked at Board of
other
Elections during-
communities
It's crazy
keep
to
their
have license at
clerk
this level.
for
but
quite a few
I don't know what they
years.
do, so, I
Be-
mean, yeah.
Because the meetings that we've had at the state and we talked
But you
to other,
gotta see, when a job is posted, they can sign it. It's not, say she's gotta stay here 5 years. If something's posted and she wants it, and she's,
oh, I'm not saying she has to stay, but I think if you made it
What
a
are we
little more
paving,
enticing.
shoveling
that-
her path out of my office?
No,
What are you
no.
doing here?
that she, I'm saying,
I heard what you were saying.
but I didn't mean it that way. You know, I
Oh,
was trying to explain to her how that works.
Oh, I know, I've been living through it for quite a few years now. You know, they come and go.
Union.
And I'd like to see someone a little happier in that job. That's
It's
it.
just that they never have enough help,
Well, bear in mind, they
That's
all start
the whole
happy.
thing.
Oh, what?
They all start happy. It's a crazy job. It is. You're right.
Well, I think what Nancy's getting at, remember the situation we had last election when we had to come in to certify ballots, and when we came in, the clerk said, I only did 17 of them, I only had time to do 17 of them, and we were sitting here with a meeting called. Remember that?
Yes, yeah.
And instead of having like 100 and something like we had, we only had 17, because that's all she could do, and I think that's what Nancy's getting at. We have meetings, and then you say, I couldn't do it,
Well, it's same
Well,
thing
going
with
forward-
The canvas board, there was never enough help. That's, you know,
Yeah, so that's what I guess Nancy's trying to do, is trying to free up
I'm
time to
trying to
get.
correct that,
Yeah.
because,
then you have to hire someone.
well, I don't
'Cause
have
you
that
can't-
ability,
I know,
can't do that.
because you can't go
Authority.
taking someone from another
You don't have that
position
authority.
and have them
Right.
do canvas board. That's not how the union works.
You get the ability to hire people, you don't have the
But,
authority.
anyway,
Exactly.
that was my concern, that it wouldn't be another burden that would be on her come election time. I mean, I know that there are some years where you have months where there's nothing, no election, and, you know, that's a different story. But I guess you're rotating that position, because it used to be one person all the time.
Right, and they never had
Four.
enough help.
No, who used to do the municipal court, it was one
Oh,
person.
right, there was.
Right. Okay.
Now
Yes.
there's three of us. I run the court, and I have two assistants and the judge.
Oh,
Okay, that was my,
See, Kerry,
My
Nancy's
concern.
trying to take care of you.
and I don't
We're
know,
all trying to
Gary,
take care.
I'm just trying to have a little more stability with that position.
Right. I think that we should bear in mind that the whole staff is willing to do the overtime necessary, and we do have people come in to train and whatnot to help out. So the Board of Canvas clerk is never left alone if she needs help, ever. So I understand your concern, but everything gets done, it gets done in a timely fashion, and some people may work slower than other people, but it always gets done, because deadlines are deadlines.
well, we used to do it
So,
on
I
deadlines.
just think that, Carrie has experience in elections, so we're working with somebody more knowledgeable, which
Oh, yeah.
it will
I can
make a
tell
big
that
difference,
right
but,
off the bat.
let's not continually voice concerns until we have something to be concerned about.
I just wanted a clarification
Well,
on that.
you gotta get concerned sometimes, Marion, before it happens, so that she doesn't have,
Well,
what's
I
all
don't see
this?
that that's helped so far.
Oh, no, she's excellent, I mean, I
Oh,
have
she's
no
very,
problem.
yeah,
No, okay, so.
It was an anomaly seeing her there, that's all.
All set? Anything else?
Nope,
Bert?
Yeah, the president preferential election's gonna be when?
April
April
28th.
28th.
Last Tuesday.
April
night.
when?
28th.
28th? And then I have another question. I'm on Senior DeAngelis. We used them for years, didn't we? For road?
Yes.
And how did that come about? I
You
mean,
missed the last meeting.
No, I know that, but fill me in. How did that come about that we can't use it?
We can use it.
Use it.
You wanna tell them what you found out
Parking?
about the HUD and all that stuff?
No, parking is, it doesn't matter about HUD anymore, that's just allowing us to be able to change it.
That's why. He
Parking,
wants to know.
was a
bad?
huge issue. It was a safety issue.
Okay,
We had to bring
I
in police and
understand that.
whatnot. So we looked around in the same and we found a place with a good sized
Yep.
room with plenty of parking and thought it would be the better place to use.
Now, do we have to send out those cards to everybody?
Yes.
Those, okay.
Do you understand what I said about HUD? In other words, that is not like the West Warwick Manor or Clyde Towers. It's
Yeah.
privately owned.
Right.
So we can knock it off anytime we want. State law prevents us from knocking off Clyde Tower, in a sense.
Yep.
Generally speaking, Clyde Towers and
understand.
West Warwick Manor, so we could knock that off. Mary Ann found that out, okay?
Yep.
Anything else?
No.
Nance?
No.
Is this
JP?
general discussion?
Yes.
All right, on the original one, it said poll worker training and polling place update. Is that anything? Was there anybody?
And
Yeah,
the
anybody say
original,
anything on that?
what?
What original?
What are you looking at?
I don't know what he's
Is it there today? What do you think?
No, I think we took that out.
Oh, okay.
And you had me take it off because we weren't sending the letters out yet.
Well, I print them when I get them home.
Well, as far as advertising goes, we can include, right now, we have on the website that voter registration and the deadline to disaffiliate is March 29th, and we will be open here from 8:30 to 12. 8 to 12 on that Sunday for final voter registration. As soon as that's done, we'll put all the information on, but we haven't started the advertising. I mean, it'll be in the newspaper and whatnot, but as far as the, well, so far, what, why don't you say what
I
you've
already
done?
have all my ads set up, ready to go for,
Residential.
yup.
No.
Like, all the way through March and April, I have all my ads already prepped, they're already in a folder to go out for each individual thing that needs deadline. I'm sending them out 3 times?
2 times.
Two times. And so that, like, I have everything lined up, ready to go. So, it's just sending out the 2 letters to the 2 committees. Have them look it over, get their polling people, see who they pick.
Which just went out, the letters just went out.
Yes.
Anything
So
else?
poll workers, we're gonna be upset with that.
The committees take care of that.
Pardon?
Democratic Town Committee and Republican Town Committees. But I sent them the lists of all the people from the last election, and I just sent the letters out with the training information and all the information about the presidential preference primary day.
That's it, thanks.
Okay, I don't really have anything. That, you covered the advertising for the PPP, that's on our agenda.
Yeah, all that's getting, is in the works.
Okay. Public discussion. Oh, you graced us with your presence and you have nothing to add? Unbelievable. Sir, you have anything you want to say?
I think he fell asleep.
He's looking at me like, huh? What?
No, he was just waiting.
Oh, he's asleep. All right, well, then you have nothing to say, I guess. All right. If no one else has any, well, wait a minute. Miss Nadalilo, do you have anything you want to add?
No, I do not.
Nothing.
I'm
Kelly?
good, I'm good.
All right, having passed to our regular order of business, I'll entertain a motion, we adjourn.
I so moved.
I'll second that.
All those in favor? Opposed, so voted unanimously. The meeting stands adjourned at 4:02 PM.